Paul Linksweiler with the ACBL and the Bridge Bulletin magazine, going over the collection of Julian Lederman and his recent donation to the ACBL's museum. Right now we're going to look at some periodicals that were part of the Lederman collection, and some of these go from traditional bridge magazines where all other pieces are secular pieces where bridge is mentioned. First, look at some of these, some of the older bridge magazines. Here's one that actually the title is called Bridge Magazine. This is from the 1930s. I think it's 1937. You'll notice that they are talking here about both auction bridge and contract bridge. In the late 1920s and the 1930s, auction bridge, which is our immediate predecessor, died out, and it was taken over by contract bridge when Harold Vanderbilt, who changed the scoring rules for our game, developed the superior version, contract bridge. In auction bridge, if you're not familiar, the contract and the bonus that you received for a contract was simply based on how many tricks you made. So if you were in one heart and you made 6, you got a slam bonus. It doesn't seem very fair to modern day contract players, so Vanderbilt changed the risk to reward ratio, where in order to get the game bonus or the slam bonus, you had to actually bid to that level to enjoy that score. So auction bridge was deemed to be not as fun because there's not really a lot of risk involved. Contract bridge was considered better, but we had auction bridge and contract bridge, and the reason our organization today still has the word contract in its name is because it was to differentiate it from auction bridge. Much the way the U.S. Lawn Tennis Association had the word lawn in their name, they eventually got rid of that and just changed it to United States Tennis Association. There are those who now feel that the word contract is probably a leftover from an earlier time, and they're probably right. Here's an example of the British Bridge World magazine. This is from 1937. We can see, maybe we can look inside here. And we see the familiar types of hand diagrams and things. They also have tournament notices. Even on the cover, there's a congress, a tournament being played in 1937. Here is a publication simply called The Bridge Magazine. It looks very sharp. This is from the United States, 1933. And let's take a look inside. Again, we see the familiar types of hand diagrams and things that we use today. This is 35 cents an issue. What a bargain. Not a lot of photos. Mainly bidding arguments as usual. All right, now in terms of secular magazines, Sports Illustrated, Time Magazine sometimes featured bridge players from the 1960s, late 1950s, and Charles Gorin, being a prominent figure at the time, was often the subject of these covers and stories inside. There's two more that were part of the Lederman collection. Again, these are Gorin, and in a sign of the times also, you can see the types of advertising that were common in those days that are long gone now for good reason. Here's a Life magazine from 1965. When I ran across this in the collection, I was curious as to why he had saved this, since there's no obvious bridge connection. Then I looked at the date, which says June of 1965. And if you look inside, there is a story. So, a cheating scandal rocks the bridge world. This is a reference to the Buenos Aires Championship in 1965, where British pair Terence Reese and his partner, Shapiro, were accused of cheating using hand signals to designate the number of hearts they held on each hand. And there are there's a mock-up of what they're accused of doing down there at the bottom. You can see what the story was about. So that was one of the early, very well publicized cheating scandals of the era. It was never definitively proven, but it was suspicious and a harbinger of some of the cheating scandals that we have faced in modern times.